If you haven't already, please check us out on Patreon. We have $2, $5, and $20 tiers available right now. There will only be 69 $2 tiers. And that's for the real ones, the real vampires out there sucking on my neck. But everyone gets Discord access, and the Discord's hot. We got memes. We got fucking a good time for all, dog.
Dude, you know what's fucking weird? I went to a teacher's funeral on Sunday, right?
Yeah.
And then somebody DM'd me, and they said, and I posted the little flyer, right? Let me say this again. I went to a teacher's funeral on Sunday, and I posted a little flyer thing that says beginning date, end date, right?
Yes.
And then somebody says, wait, did he die? I'm like, what the fuck do you think? There's an end date on the thing. And then somebody said, the fucking next one got me crazy because she said, LOL, how did you get invited to his funeral with the laughing emojis?
What the fuck?
And
who said that? Put him on blast.
Fucking Jasmine Gill.
Oh my. Dropping names,
and it just said SMH, but I'm like, why would you say something like that?
Yeah.
Like he died.
That's crazy. It's like the song was See You Again. You don't get the hint.
You never put See You Again with the laughing emojis.
Yeah.
Wow, that's actually fucking crazy.
Yeah.
I was just like SMH.
Because I saw the same thing, and I never had him as a teacher, but I was like, wait, no way. And then I saw the date.
Yeah.
And that's when I was like, oh,
that
okay.
fool's gone.
You see an end date, like, and you see a fucking poem underneath. A poem about life and death and life.
It's just like a wonderful picture of them like this, with like in an oval shape and
looking all stoic. And
Some people have a fucked up sense of humor, dude.
No, some people just are fucking stupid, bro. They have no sense of social interaction.
Though? Is it funny, laughing, or like what? They said a laughing emoji.
They said a laughing emoji.
No, because but she don't know that like how close or how much of an impact the gentleman had on you.
Yeah, and I got a text, I guess, from his wife or something like that.
What?
Yeah, I know. It was a good teacher.
That's crazy.
And I was just like, why would you send the laughing emoji though? What are we doing?
It's insensitive. That's what it is.
And I was just like, should I post this? Because I just wanted more students to know, just in case they cared. You know?
what I mean? Absolutely.
And because usually I wouldn't post something like that. But I was just like, let me just post it. And then to get that reaction, I'm like, yeah, I'm done with this app.
You know what I'm scared of, dude? Like, this one time, this did happen to me, and it really messed me up. Mm-hmm. I had a friend in college at LA Film, and
flexing.
LA Film, and he called me at the beginning of the year. I was celebrating New Year's in Washington D.C. And he called me, and I was like, I'm out of town. I was already like, I was probably drunk. Mm-hmm. I was heading to my hotel, really nice hotel.
Wait, so you were in New Year's. You were in Washington D.C.
Yeah.
Oh, so you just got there early for January 6th?
I was the rally member.
I'm gonna explore the city for a little bit.
I'm gonna hit the restaurants. You know what I mean? Hit all the sightseeing shops.
Check out Yelp.
All that. Visit some family.
You got red pilled, yeah.
Go to all the Republican memorials.
Absolutely, Take the red pill and all that jazz. But then he had called me and I was like, oh man, I'm in no. Why is he what? And I just didn't call and I fell asleep. And then a couple months later, I found out that he passed away a month after that. And he was buried at the cemetery, Forest Lawn Cemetery, where I used to live. Damn. Like right next to it. And he was buried there for months without me knowing. And that fucked me up. And I'm like, wow, because like we were friends, but then like when you say like, should I post this so other people can can see? That I think people should spread the word, like, hey, just so everyone knows so and so has passed, because the world's so big, especially LA.
And a lot of people didn't know that.
Exactly. Especially LA, it's so big. Like, I think that's an honorable thing to do.
Yeah.
That's fucked up that girl that we both know said that shit.
Yeah, I don't know why she would say that shit, bro. Like, obviously, if I'm invited to a funeral, the person I'm close enough to be invited, don't say that shit who went to, you know what I mean? That's crazy, dude. Look, funerals are a wild place, you know.
Funerals are wild, which reminds me of what we're talking about today. Welcome back to Isimo. As you may know, my name's Gerardo. This is Daniel, and this is Melvin. And today we're going to be talking about true crime. And I don't know where you guys want to start, but you guys were fucking tickling my little ball sack about something that happened yesterday.
So you want to take it away?
So Daniel and I were in downtown.
Yeah.
And he was with his friends, his Doom Scroll buddies.
We were recording.
Shout out Doom Scroll, And I was literally outside on the street with another friend of mine. We were talking, and we just hear bah, 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 like 3 huge bangs. And we were like, And my friend's from Inglewood, so he kind of recognized it too. So we're kind of like, those are fireworks, but where are they coming from? Because they're so loud. And then we just hear another 3, bah, bah, bah. And this gentleman's walking across the street, and we see him. He takes 3-4 steps and goes like this. And just collapses in the middle of the street. Yeah.
Oh, shit.
In the middle of the street. And me and my friend are watching this, and we're confused. And at first we thought he might have been a homeless person. Maybe he was dehydrated, or maybe he was acting dramatic because the way he fell was so dramatic. And then all of a sudden, a cop car is literally down the street. Literally down the street, and the cop cars, they're confused too. We can see it in their face. They're like, what? And like, he's like getting out of his car, and then he gets back in, drives like 10 feet, and then gets out of his car, and then he's confused. He doesn't know what to do.
Oh my God.
And it didn't really click with me and my friend until we walked towards the gentleman on the floor, and he's bleeding out from his chest. He's bleeding out from his chest. And then obviously cops come, helicopters come, they rope off the area. And I was like, holy shit, the boys, the Doom Scroll boys. I go inside, and they're like, yo, was that gunshots? Like they were like kind of joking. They didn't really know what it was.
We were
I was
recording
like,
a podcast.
Yeah, and I'm like, there's a body in the middle of the street right now.
Damn.
Someone just got shot right in front of me.
Did it happen like right here outside? Because
Right.
I saw there was windows broken with bullet holes in them.
Yeah, that's probably it.
Yeah.
Shout out Isaac Hirsch. He had to leave his car here.
Yeah.
Damn.
Overnight.
His car
because-
was in the crime scene, dude.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. And they obviously stopped the podcast to go check it out. And I was like, guys, I don't know how you guys feel about it. It's kind of gnarly outside. And I don't know, I think someone stayed behind, but everyone went to go check it out. And he was just there, bro. He was there, and I talked to the people around, and people said that he didn't make it. The gentleman in the street.
You can tell though, like that he wasn't gonna make. They're giving him CPR and nothing was happening.
Yeah. They were giving him CPR, everything. They immediately took him away. Like after like 20 minutes, they put the white sheet over him. But yeah, and like it's crazy because like we were gonna talk about true crime.
Yeah.
And then true crime just happened right
outside
on my footsteps.
Basically, that could have been.
And it was just like, yeah.
That could have been you. I've been talking about my man Melvin. We need a documentary who shot
Dude,
Melvin.
that's what I'm saying, bro. Like, I'm like, man, I really like, because if obviously it's a scary situation, but if it's beef between two people, then that's less scary than just someone going out and shooting random folk.
Yeah.
Because then really could have been anyone. But
And you're a big guy, dude.
Yeah.
You're a hard guy to miss.
Well, yeah, word on the street, they had some beef prior. So
Is that true?
that's what I heard.
Wait, really?
Yeah. That's
This
what
guy.
I
I
heard.
mean, I paint the picture. This guy looked like just a regular ass, like 60-year-old homeless guy.
What? Old
Right?
man?
Right?
Yeah.
It was a whole like an old home. And what they say? It was like a young Latino dude or a young man.
No, it was a young, light-skinned African American.
That's what they were doing. They were like,
they caught him. They caught him later that night.
There was like
okay.
6 people here. They're like, yeah, the Mexican did it. And another person's like, yeah, I saw the Mexican. He was running that way. And then the cops came over. They're like, we caught him. He was a light-skinned black dude. And they're like, okay, well, it wasn't the Mexican.
Yeah, because it was crazy. Because it's just like, oh wow, like I don't know. It was insane. It was insane. And
Yeah,
Daniel and I were here for until what, midnight or something like that.
They asked us questions and everything because our cars
Really?
are over there. And I don't even know if I should say this, but maybe I'll say it.
Yeah.
But they asked, they're like, so hey, we got to take your info. Did you see anything? Did you hear anything? And I was like, oh, no, I didn't hear shit. I didn't hear anything. Yeah. And they're like, you don't have to lie. Like, and I was like, did you hear anything? I'm like, no, I didn't hear anything. I was recording a podcast. And then all the people that came recording the podcast, like, hey, we have to take some information. Did you guys hear anything? They're like, yeah, we heard about like 5 or 6 shots. We might have had the recording. We
Yeah,
might have.
Daniel was like, I had headphones on.
I was just like,
Well, you're the only one that wears headphones, right?
no, I mean, I also probably, I don't want to admit to it, but, you know what I mean?
Allegedly, you did not hear.
It's just natural instinct to
Yeah.
just be like, I didn't,
Yeah, not involved.
Not involved.
Yeah.
Yeah, so if you guys look it up on the news, bro, just like look up like
Downtown LA.
downtown LA crime, and it'll pop up, and it was absolutely insane.
So I want to ask you a question, since you're saying like naturally you wouldn't tell a cop something, right?
Yeah.
So for instance, let's say you see a gentleman get shot, and let's say it wasn't a random act of violence, because there's a lot of unorganized crime in Los Angeles, right?
Well, so it wasn't a random act. It was
It
something.
was a random act.
Oh, it was a
Let's
random act.
hypothetically say you saw something, you do have information. Do you break that principle within yourself to not tell the cops anything?
Oh, it has to. It's like a situation thing.
Yeah.
Like if let's say it's like a shooting, and there is like some type of thing involved. Like this guy was going to shoot him because they had some prior beef. I probably wouldn't say something because I'm like, now I'm involved in that because they saw me talking to the cops, and you know what I mean. And this shit sorts itself out.
Yeah. Okay. Now I see where you're coming from.
So I'm just like, I don't know the details, but I don't want to get involved.
Yeah.
With it, you know what I mean. So,
yeah. I honestly didn't want to get involved either because there were two gentlemen really close to the gunman that they like literally when the cops pulled up, I saw them go, he went over there. So they have a way better understanding of what went on than I did. So I was just like, all right, so they're good. Yeah. Because I don't have any information that's gonna crack the case open.
Yeah.
But the cops came and was like, who's the owner of Studio M? Who's the owner of it?
He asked me, he's like, are you the owner? I'm like, I wish.
And I was just like,
because he's dressed like that.
Yeah, because the place, exactly. Because the studio was the only thing that was open at the time. All the other stores were closed.
Yeah.
So he was like, do you have cameras? And I was just like, no, I don't have cameras that work. And
I told the cops, like, this guy doesn't have air conditioning.
Yeah.
That's why we're so sweaty.
Yeah, I don't even have toilet paper, dude. Like, it's
fuck, you're great.
But yeah, that shit, like, that was wild, dude. It's wild, and it got captured in their podcast. So if you guys want to listen to it, it's on Doom Scroll.
Because you hear us in the podcast, we hear the pops, and then we're just like, me and Nick are just like, no, that's not gunshots. It was too low, and then I just like, that sounds like gunshots. And then a minute later, we hear sirens, like, oh shit, well I guess something went down,
Yeah.
Nick was like, it sounds like somebody that's just hitting a sandal against the wall because there's sand on their shoes. And then we go out, and then Melvin's like, hey yo, someone got shot outside. I'm like, oh fuck.
Damn.
And we go outside and we go look at it, and then we're like, well, we gotta finish the podcast. It felt weird to finish a podcast,
Yeah, I could imagine.
It's like everything's all set up, and it's like we can't just, you know what I mean?
I mean, it's Monday night.
It's Monday night. You gotta fucking power through it, and damn, that's crazy. True crime though.
True.
That's true crime. Yeah,
that is true.
Yeah.
LA is a city of fucking criminals, man.
Yeah.
LA, the crime rate has gone up, unfortunately. Maybe because of the pandemic, maybe because of inflation.
Yeah. It's robbing season out here.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's so interesting when you say you wouldn't talk to the cops about anything, because I feel like there's like an emotional thing that happens when you see somebody pass away in front of you.
Yeah.
Or see somebody close to death. And possibly they're helpless. Like, no matter if they're criminals or not, if they're involved, or, like, not everyone's Tupac flipping off the cameras. You know what I'm saying? With 5 bullet holes inside of them. So being involved in that is like, I know probably the right thing to do is not, especially with what you just told me now about, maybe some affiliates like see you talking to cops and whatnot. But I don't know what I would do in that situation. It's really like such a hypothetical that you can't really place yourself into.
Yeah, no, it's definitely a case-to-case situation.
Yeah.
It's definitely, everything's so relative. It's not black and white.
Like if I see an old lady fall down the stairs, I'm gonna tell whoever's around, like, she just fell down the stairs.
Yeah.
You know
I'm gonna snitch on her.
Yeah.
It's just it was an instinct though. Like he was like, "Do you see?" I was like, "No, I didn't see anything." It's like when you go to, they ask you your age when you're getting drinks, and they're like, "How old are you?" I'm like, "I'm 21," and I'm actually 25. I did that one time, and I was like, I don't know why I said that.
Dude, you look 21.
Really?
Yeah.
You look 45.
Wow, dude.
But it's good. 45 is like the new like 50. So
wow, that's fucking fuck you.
I'm giving you a compliment.
No.
Why can't I compliment my friends anymore?
It's good to be an old man, not a
Yeah, people.
Well, because that's the thing. People who aren't from LA, apparently we have a lot of fans in the red states, dude. But
I was making a joke.
In LA, younger people look older, and then older people look younger. It's the craziest thing.
Yeah,
it's it's nothing else like it in the world.
Yeah.
LA's different, dude.
LA is different. They fucking shooting people at 6:30 p.m. out here.
Yes.
Yeah.
The sun was still up.
The sun was still up, dude.
The sun was still up, and I was kind of like, I felt like my trauma response. Obviously, it's not my first time seeing a drive-by. It's not my first time seeing someone get shot in the street. The first time that happened, I was 12 years old. But I remember just like what had happened to me previously, like a couple months ago. I was like, I felt my body physically doing it.
Yeah.
Not my mind or my heart, but my body. Like I was like short of breath. I was like kind of panicking. And then I was like, holy shit, what is going on?
Yeah.
And then I'm like, and then I snapped out of it when I was like, oh shit, I gotta tell the boys. I gotta tell Daniel's boys.
Yeah.
Because I don't know how they're gonna react. Because I don't know if, I was like, I didn't know if you guys were gonna get upset if I was like, let me not tell them. And then when you guys come out, I'm like, yeah, someone got shot. You guys would be like, what the fuck? How come you guys gonna fucking tell?
No, but then your instinct is like, well, I don't want to interrupt the podcast.
Yeah. I'm an entertainer until the fucking day I die.
Well, like thinking now, like let's say it wasn't that guy, it was like you, and then you're just fucking outside, and I'm like, I don't even know it. Like the
or one of the people that work in the studio in the back. You know what I mean? The music studio. It's like, dude, it was just it happened so quickly.
Yeah, man,
it happened so quickly.
I think it'd be funny if you went into a different business and got a place called Bunker M.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So if anything like goes down, we could hide in the bunk. You know what I'm saying? Just think about it.
Yeah.
I'll dig a hole if you want.
You got a booth out there, man. We can.
Hey, get me on the track, bro. I got something to spit. You know what? It didn't hit me until my homies in the back came, and they were like, "Yo, Melvin, are you okay?" Because like we still didn't realize the gentleman that was on the street.
Yeah.
And then it wasn't until we looked closer, and it was just like, "Oh shit, this dude's gone."
It for sure was. I walked out there. I was like, fuck. It's like when I saw that XXXTentacion video. I was like, fuck, he gone. Like that's, you know what I mean? Yeah. That's wild. But you don't even. Do you like true crime? Because fucking you live true crime. You don't even have time to watch it.
No, literally, that's the first thing I mentioned to Daniel. I was like, bro, true crime, bro. This is like we were just like in such shock that it just happened because it happened so quickly out of nowhere, and we were like, dude, let's still Gerardo tomorrow on the podcast because you know what I mean. Like
you've been quiet. I want to hear what you think about this shit. He's fucking.
Like,
you're in shock.
I've always like, for instance, last week when we drove to McDonald's at like 4 a.m. after the podcast, there was a crash and we were both just like, don't look.
Oh yeah. Last week when we recorded the episode, we were here editing, or he was editing. I stayed.
Yeah.
And we went to go get breakfast at McDonald's like around 5 a.m. and there was a really bad crash. And I told Gerardo, I was like, don't look. Yeah. Because I made that mistake before.
Oh, you looked?
I looked and I shouldn't have looked. It was absolutely horrendous.
You saw people or?
Yeah, I saw just can be out like car crashes are crazy, and that's why
beyond like car crashes are much scarier to me than like shootings, because the shooting it's like that shit's gone. It happened. Yeah. It is what it is. But like a car crash, it's like fucking you're all over the place.
Yeah, your body's just decimated, and
it could happen to anybody.
Yeah, and I tell like when I'm with my younger siblings or whatever, and we're driving, I was like, don't look. Like I still regret looking that one time, like when I was in my junior year or something like that. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm just like, don't look. Because that car crash was really bad.
Yeah, you can see like, it was like a minivan that looked like a sedan now because it was bent, everything.
Well, these cars, they're pretty built strong. You know, a lot of people could survive this shit now, dude.
Yeah. And also like, we're in the city, so it's like, it's not... it's not like a freeway or a highway.
Yeah.
But for me, like that is, I'm not too proud to say that that's probably the closest I've ever come to random violence.
No, I mean, you should be proud. Yeah. You should. Yeah. It's not something that I wish on anyone. Like it's not. Yeah. It's not something to brag about. It's not something to be like, yeah, man, I fucking, bro, the streets fucking raised me. It's just like I wish the streets didn't raise me. Like I wish. You know what I mean?
Wish anybody else could. Wish Doubtfire could have raised me.
Yeah, like I wish my life was free of all these things. Yeah.
The closest I've been to something crazy was at this place called the Fox Bar in Pomona. I think they changed the name now. But I remember bar hopping with my homies when I was not sober, and I was walking. Let's check out the Fox. You know what I mean? And then out the back exit where you're allowed to go smoke cigarettes, and there's like a velvet rope. Yeah. This fool got tossed out the bar and launched over the rope, like wrapped around the rope and hit his head mad hard, boom, on the concrete. Oh. And I was like, damn, full true crime right there. It was definitely the security that did that.
Did he die?
That fool was drunk as fuck and knocked out. He probably just blacked out. Yeah.
Wait, did I or didn't?
No, he probably didn't.
That shit, that kills you though. Like when you like hit your head on the concrete.
Yeah, but when you're drunk, you're like more
relaxed.
Yeah.
And if you're more relaxed, then it's better to fucking throw your ragdoll body around. Yeah.
Damn. All right. That's...
apparently that fool was just like hitting on some dude's girl and the security threw him out, but very rugged.
Yeah. You got to respect boundaries. And look, and I'll say it on this pod, you got to respect women.
Yeah,
you have to.
100%.
You have to.
Yes.
And look what happened if he would have been respecting that gal. Yeah, it wouldn't have been thrown out like that.
Bro, dude, there was literally, bro, true crime is all around me. Now, there's a gentleman that was at my studio that assaulted a woman. I kicked his ass out.
I like how everyone's a gentleman. Even though like he assaulted a woman, but he's a gentleman.
Yeah, well, this man assaulted a woman, and I'm like,
this fool.
He thought I was gonna be cool with it.
Yeah.
And I was like, no, you need to get the fuck out of here, dude. Yeah. You need to get the fuck out.
I know, Gerardo.
What the fuck? Who the fuck do you think I am to think that I'm okay with this? Get the fuck out of my studio.
Well, he was just like, but let me explain.
Yeah, but she did this. I don't give a fuck, dude. Get the fuck out of my studio.
This is when Crazy Melvin comes out, man.
Dude. Oh my God, I did spaz out.
Melvin rides out for the ladies, man. Yeah. Don't believe the comments, dude. This guy. This guy, he rides out for ladies.
Oh man,
That's
when you own a business, you run into so many different people, so many strange people.
That's the thing I wanted to say is like I've been looking up a bunch of true crime videos for the last week because we knew we were going to talk about this.
Yeah.
And shout out Jackie Flores. She's a YouTube channel that does predominantly now. Like at the beginning, she was just doing true crime in general, but then she's kind of like niched herself into Latinas and Latinos, Latino true crime, basically.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
So Jackie Flores, if you got a chance, go check her out. Come back here and watch the rest of the episode.
Jackie, come on the podcast.
But no, she's really good at it. Yeah. Like, you know, she's, you know, there's nuances that she goes into while talking about the stories. But I learned a lot about Latinas and true crime, you know?
Yeah.
There's like so many Latinas that die or go missing in America.
Yes.
And it's also like some sort of like a fetishization too, where there's been stories about Americans going to Mexico to kill women, like the femicide in the north part of Mexico.
Yeah.
And it just opened my eyes because at the same time I discovered Andrew Tate, dude. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
And I think I'm fucking lucky, dude, because I discovered Andrew Tate the same week that I was looking into all these murders of Latinas.
That's crazy.
And I'm like, damn, fool. If
That's crazy,
those two things wouldn't have happened, I'd be totally fucking Andrew Tate pilled. You know what I'm saying?
Honestly, Andrew Tate, he's made such a tremendous push on YouTube recently.
Yeah.
That it's not a coincidence.
Yeah.
It's not a coincidence. He probably paid millions of dollars.
I look like I love Andrew Tate. Like you just look at
Oh
me
yeah,
like,
you
you're
look like you stan Andrew Tate.
I look like I'm a high value man.
Oh yeah.
I'm a high value. Look a bitch. I just I look like when somebody says if somebody says like bitches, I'm like, okay, that kind of sounds funny. But when somebody says like, you know, a bitch, and I'm like, don't, that's a little much. Come on, man.
I was like, yo, I was talking about bitch the other day.
I was like,
it's just like,
why say that?
why you say that?
You gotta say it like with a.
I've met her. She's lovely. Her name's Chelsea.
I'm like, you gotta chill out, man. You gotta be.
Yeah, you were holding her hand last time. All of a sudden she's bitch now?
Yeah. That guy wears sunglasses on every single pod. I can't trust it.
Yeah.
I can't trust it, dude.
Yeah.
I can't. But fuck it. Well, the femicide, that shit sounds cool. Oh, there was that girl from the army that got killed.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. That happened in like 2019 or 2020.
It was 2020-ish, 2019. It was Vanessa, I want to say Guillen or something.
Vanessa Guillen, yeah. I think something like that.
Yeah, that was a real crazy
That
thing,
was
man.
crazy. That one was heartbreaking.
Yeah.
What exactly happened?
She got assaulted. Apparently she got sexually assaulted and she threatened someone higher up that she was going to let the world know. And that person killed her, chopped her up, buried her in the base.
I thought it was somebody. Wait, in the base?
I think it was a black dude, and then he killed himself before the cops can arrest him.
Oh, I remember there was a lot of racial tensions like that time, like blacks and Mexicans online.
Yeah, it was crazy because it was also during the
it was like the BLM.
Black Lives Matter, right?
Yeah. It was who's the young woman that got murdered in her home?
Breonna Taylor.
Breonna Taylor. Yeah, it was also during the Breonna Taylor. When that happened, so it was just like it was more of like a women's rights thing. It was more of like a women's like protect women, because black women were getting murdered, Latino women were getting murdered, you know, white women were probably
and white women are burning fucking masks.
Yeah, exactly. So like,
it up, dude.
But yeah, no, like definitely. I read an article where it's just like black women, Latino women, and Native American women were at the top of the list of murder victims.
Yeah.
Yeah, by far.
That's so wild.
Do you guys think if you think you'd be able to kill somebody and get away with it?
No.
Really?
No.
You guys don't think
I'm fucking stupid, dude.
Yeah, I'm just busy. I'm just too busy.
You don't think, you're a businessman.
That sounds like somebody that would fucking actually do it, though.
No, absolutely not.
He's like, I know, but I do have alibis.
Like
for
I
days.
think of like when you think about like let's say like someone beat up your mom or something like that, you would want to kill them.
Yes.
Yeah.
But I'm like, damn, it's pretty hard to get away with it nowadays. You know what I mean?
It is hard to get away with it, but I know that you know carpentry and all that shit. You've worked in construction for how many years, Melvin?
Dude, I have 3 major stories, 3 true crime stories that I want to say.
We're not going to get to them. Now I'm just playing.
That's it for the episode.
Yeah. They go by small, medium, and large.
Okay.
2 have to do with me. The third one is one that I read and I watched a video on. It's really interesting.
All right.
Should I go from the 1, 2, 3?
What should we do?
I don't know. Fuck, that's not my part. Now I was playing.
All right. I'll just start 1, 2, 3. Really quick.
I'm still on probation, bro.
Hey, let me check this drink real quick.
Damn, let me get a tiny sip too. You're a fucking dog, bro. Oh.
Kill it.
COVID.
So the first one, it's funny. The only reason why I mentioned it is because you're like, oh, you know carpentry, you know construction, whatever. Tell me why. a couple years ago, like 4 years ago, I was doing a construction job, and where we had to fix the foundation of a home.
Yeah.
So we have to go under the home. It's like there's only like 2 feet of space, 3 feet of space. It was like I hated having to do stuff like that, right? But I had to like crawl in there. We had to crawl in there, me and like 4 of the guys, fix the foundation. Tell me why. I look down and there's human teeth.
Damn.
There's
How do you know it's
teeth in
human?
this home. They're human teeth.
How do you know?
How do you know that?
Because they look like human teeth.
Oh, okay. They were just small. They were smaller.
They're human teeth.
Wait, isn't teeth all teeth?
Dog teeth and cat teeth
Look
and
different.
animal teeth look different than human teeth. And I remember this.
Also, was there a jaw? Was it like a jaw?
No. That would freak. That would be fucking scary.
Yeah.
I probably I didn't alert anyone. I alerted my boss.
Yeah.
I was like, guys, look. And they were just like, fuck. Bing, bing, bing. You know what I mean? Like, back to work, boys. You know how Latinos are, right?
Yeah.
So I'm like, and I put it out of my head. And I'm like, there's no way. Maybe they're his teeth, or maybe, I don't know. Who knows?
Maybe they're dentures.
Yeah, or dentures, or maybe he does like some fucking voodoo shit or whatever. I don't fucking know. I don't know.
Yeah.
Tell me why I go to the truck to get some tools and I run into the guy and he has a fucking shotgun, but it's like one of them like pellet shotguns, and he's like, poof, poof. And he's like, oh, Melvin, I'm sorry. I'm killing these fucking squirrels that keep eating my fucking shit. And I'm like, oh, so you kill animals. You kill small animals. Which is a fucking telltale sign of a fucking psychopath murderer.
Wait, but what were they eating though? If someone's eating my fucking oranges, I'm gonna kill the motherfucker too.
Yeah.
But you don't have teeth under your home though.
That is
you know
true.
What I'm saying?
It's like Disturbia shit.
Yeah. So I'm like, oh yeah. And then we finished up 2 days later, and I never saw him again.
Really?
Jesus
In the foundation of the home?
The foundation.
You know what I think the foundation of the home is? Communication. And I was like, this guy Melvin is fixing, he's communicating. You gotta talk to them.
Talking to the husband or the wife, like, maybe you should listen more.
Yeah.
Maybe you can cook one of these days.
Maybe experiment more in the bedroom.
Yeah.
Maybe they wouldn't have teeth. Maybe they wouldn't have killed the people.
Yeah, it's important to say thank you after everything that you do.
That is kind of spooky though. You ever like worry that like one of your neighbors is like a murderer?
Bro, you hear those stories all the time where it's like when some shit comes out, and all their neighbors are like, we literally had a barbecue last weekend.
Yeah, and they're just normal people. My neighbor isn't a murderer. He just like, there was this guy that would wake up at 6 a.m. and he would pull out his cell phone and he would just talk about Donald Trump for 2 hours with a random guy, loud as fuck next to my window. And I'm like, I don't know, I want to kill this fucking guy. Every morning, like a fucking rooster, he would just be yapping at some guy in New York. He's like, he fucking pissed off the liberals again.
Holy shit. I think I know who you're talking about. Ivan?
What's it called? There was a neighbor of ours. Let's just call them like Mr. and Mrs. Spalding.
I said names, you say the foot. Now I'm just playing.
No, I don't want to put that out there. Okay. But the Mrs. Spalding was a teacher, and I really wanted her as a teacher because she's my neighbor.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then so I go through high school, all this stuff. Every day she like rides her little scooters, like the perfect family type of thing. Mormons also. Yeah. Anyways, comes out like when I'm about to move out of my parents' house that the dad was a pedophile the whole time, dude.
Whoa.
Wow.
Yeah. And they had to move out.
And did she know?
I never heard from them again. It was just like that came out, and everyone, the talk around the block was just like, damn, haven't seen it in a while. They're a fucking pedophile, dude. You know?
Wow.
Yeah.
That's fucking wild. Like, well, let's say like you had to move, and then they're just like, "Hey, why are you moving?" And you're like, "Oh, it's just some bullshit. I have to be like 100 yards away from a school."
Holy shit!
That'd be a funny way to like,
dude. That's also terrifying. Like, if your family member was a murderer, like the Biden torture killer, the BTK killer.
Yeah.
Wait, who's that?
He's the San Francisco
he's
guy.
like no, that's Zodiac.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah.
He's this guy like the middle of America, or whatever. He killed like. He was on a killing spree in the 70s and 80s. Mm-hmm. They make movies about him. He was featured in
have you noticed
the Mind Killer?
We don't got serial killers anymore. They went out of fashion.
Well, yeah, because it's a lot harder to fucking
get motherfuckers
away.
Are binge watching now. They're just fucking shooting multiple people at a time.
That's true.
But people would just be like, I'm gonna kill one person a day, and now they're just like, what if I killed 16 in one day?
Yeah,
it's fucking
that's true.
Stranger Things shit.
What were you saying though, BTK?
Yeah, the BTK killer. You know how they caught him? Mm-hmm. So he would fuck with the police. He would send them like notes and letters and be like, "Yo, you can't catch me!" Ha 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 ha. And he's like literally one of the most infamous murders of all of American history. But the way that they caught him was he sent an email to the cops, and they traced it back to a computer at a church where he was a minister at.
Oh.
No. But that wasn't enough evidence. So they tracked her daughter, and they went up to her daughter who was like in college or like graduate college or whatever. And they're just like, yo, like,
did your dad kill people?
We just want to talk about your father or like in your neighborhood. Like what?
Yeah.
And she was just like, my dad would never do anything like that. And they were just like, oh yeah, of course. Here, do you want some water? And she was like, yes. And she drank the water and threw away the cup. And then after she left, they took the DNA from the cup, and it was an exact match from the DNA that they found at the murder scenes. Meaning,
she killed everyone.
No, yeah. That's what I would think. Yeah. But meaning,
we're shitty detectives.
Her father was the one that's done all these horrific killings for a span of 3 decades.
Yeah. 3 decades?
Yeah.
You think motherfuckers would get bored? And be like, I mean, I'm a golf now.
No, he was crazy. He would like dress up in women's clothing and stuff like that. Like
that's not crazy. Wow, no problem with that.
Yeah, no problem.
No. This motherfucker would bind a woman. This motherfucker, listen.
I'm like, we're totally on board with this, guys, but this part.
He would bind a woman, torture the woman, put on that woman, the victim's clothing, and murdered them while wearing the victim's clothing.
That's crazy.
I would be so fucking mad if somebody killed me and then was wearing
your fresh fit
and was wearing my Jordans. I'd be like, whoa, don't you get my blood on my Jordans?
Yeah, you motherfucker,
son of a bitch.
Yeah.
You're creasing the J's.
Yeah.
I'd be so devastated, dude.
Damn. No, yeah.
Bury me looking good though. Bury me in my favorite fit.
Wait, so we only got to one of your stories, right? This is like a Dave Chappelle special, dude.
Yeah, so that was the first one. The second one.
Wait, that was the first story?
The first story was the foundation with
Okay, that was the first one. Okay.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe let me know in the comments. Should I like call the cops or something like that?
I don't know.
The thing, let sleeping dogs lie and let like empty teeth just chill.
Yeah, and feed hungry dogs.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely.
All right.
You know what I mean?
I don't know.
Don't tase dogs.
You didn't do anything though, right?
No, I didn't do anything. I'm just saying like you never know. Like this guy might be like a notorious fucking serial killer.
Silly killer?
Silly killer.
Yeah.
He kills comedians.
We need somebody to do that, man. I'll take up the mantle. They'll call me a hit list. They'll call me a hero.
Yeah. You have the hit list ready.
I got one ready to go.
Not only was he good on stage, but he was good on killing people.
I'll kill the audience. I'll kill comics, man. I'll kill whatever.
Kill the stage. You know what I mean? Yeah.
You know what's crazy? The people that like kill all these people, how they have like a bunch of like, I'm trying to find a word, but I'm gonna say bitches.
Groupies.
But I mean, if you are willing to fuck Charles Manson, I think it's okay to call you one of his bitches. I'm sorry, you know what I mean?
Or like who's like the quote unquote really handsome serial killer?
Oh,
Richard Ramirez?
Ted Bundy.
Oh, Ted Bundy.
Ted Bundy.
He one of his groupies. He fucked one of his groupies in jail.
Had a kid, right?
Yeah, and that woman had the child and a daughter, and now that daughter's living in the world knowing Ted Bundy's my father.
Yeah. Well, I mean, at least she had a dad. At least, you know what I mean? She had a famous dad.
Yeah.
I'm always trying to look for the positive.
Yeah, you're always looking for the silver lining, and that's what I love about you.
Yeah. Ted Bundy was wild. He had game. That's the crazy thing that he wasn't even that handsome.
He was ugly.
He was like people were like he was so hot. I'm like I look at him. I'm like not real. Like you know what I mean?
Yeah. Richard Ramirez.
He was fine as fuck. I thought Richard Ramirez was cute.
He was like his hair, and he was just like
he had that like vibe.
He had that jawline, dude.
He did have a crisp jawline.
Yeah.
Man. They caught him in Glassell Park apparently.
And doesn't he?
I thought it was Glassell Park or where?
No,
or
not
Boyle Heights.
Boyle Heights, yeah.
Boyle Heights.
He looks like Vince.
The neighborhood.
Yeah, he looks like Vince Caldera.
The neighborhood caught, like the neighborhood people caught him.
The people caught him, man.
The people caught that.
It's always Latinos bringing down other Latinos.
Yep. That's the real true crime, dude.
Yeah. That's great.
All right, so story number 2. Go for it.
All right, this one's not really. It is a little bit crime, but you reminded me from your story where you said that you saw someone get kicked out of a bar.
Oh yeah.
So the first time I ever went on tour, we hit.
Flex.
Yeah.
All your stories involve flex.
Well, my life is really a flex, really, when I think
my life is dope and I do dope shit.
My life's dope and I do dope shit. Thank you so much. But yeah, the first time I went on tour, I was 21, and that's all flex. And we hit like 10 cities, flex. And one of the cities was in Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
But the night before, we partied in Scranton. Scranton, Pennsylvania. I've always wanted to do it. I love The Office. I thought it was going to be fucking awesome.
They don't even film that shit there.
Yeah. They didn't even, they filmed it in the valley. Here in LA.
Shit in Burbank, where you live now.
Yeah, exactly.
This one in this Scranton, like, din, din, din,
yeah.
din, din,
And
din.
then all I got was just weird looks from thousands upon thousands of white people.
Yep.
And so white, I was the only Latino person in sight.
It's okay to call yourself people. Keep going.
You're multiple people. You fucking so big.
3 people in one. And all my other people, all the other people that were on tour, they were also white with me, except for a gentleman who was black. But he was like wild. He was a rapper, but he was wild. Like he drank a lot, liked to get in fights, very emotional.
Flex.
And yeah. And then my phone died that night, and I was like, we were like bar hopping in Scranton, and all of a sudden we get split up. And then I'm like by myself in this bar. People want to talk to me because like I'm like something they've never seen, right?
Yeah.
So I'm having a good time. My homie's just like, yo, I'm outside. We go outside, and then these like 3 massive white guys come up to me. Yo, is that your boy? And I'm like, who? The black dude that's inside. And I'm like, is this gonna become racial? Like the way he said it, like
Yeah.
And I was just like, yeah, that's my boy. Why? What's up? And he's like, he's fighting people inside left and right. And I'm like, oh my gosh. And before I could even come out, he comes out swinging at 2 big motherfuckers, right? So I was like, yo, chill. And then now my people are fighting their people, and it's becoming a brawl, right?
Yeah.
So I grab him, because he's small, but feisty. So I grab him, and I just give him a bear hug, and I'm like, we're out of here. We're done. And I'm walking away, and then I see someone fight one of my best friends, Ryan, and like swing at him. And he falls, and I was like, fuck, I gotta fucking make sure Ryan's good. I let him go. I run towards Ryan. I grab Ryan, and I'm like, we're out of here. And all of a sudden, there's this white guy that's just standing there. This tall, lanky. He's like my height, but he's super skinny. He's just standing there looking at us. Like confused, like this. And my friend, the black dude, comes and just socks him, knocks him out. He hits the pavement hard as fuck.
Yeah.
Damn.
Right in front of me, and I'm like, immediately, I was just like, why did you do that?
Yeah.
Why the fuck did you do that? Let's get out of here. We like run to the local 7-Eleven, and I'm like, where the fuck is my homie? I don't want to say his name, but I'm like, where the fuck is he at? You guys stay here. I'm gonna go back. I go back, and he's arrested on the ground with a cop with his foot on his back.
Ooh.
And he's like, I can't breathe.
Oh my God.
And I was like, yo, what are you doing? Why are you arresting him? I try to like play it off. And the cop's like, this your buddy? And I'm like, yeah. You see that guy on the floor there? And I'm like, yeah. That's what your buddy did right there. I saw the whole thing. I saw everyone here is saying your buddy did that. And I'm like,
Such a good voice.
I'm like, well, that's what he sounded like. And I'm like, well, dude, you're hurting him. Let him get up. He was like, buddy, you get out of here before you get arrested too. And at the time, I was 21, I was drunk, and I'm like, I literally put my hands up. And I was like, oh, you're going to arrest me? And right when I did that, our tour manager grabbed the fuck out of me. He was like, Melvin, get the fuck out of here, you dumbass.
Tour manager flex.
Tour manager.
And he got arrested, and he did 2 months in Pennsylvania jail.
That's fucking crazy.
Did the guy make it?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. But the guy pressed charges.
Oh.
And it was in the newspaper the next day.
They got no news out there. That's why.
It was like in the high school newspaper. Yeah.
It's those barn fights can get you. You know what I mean? If you hit somebody and they hit their head, you can go away for him.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, he didn't have anything to do with it. He was just a bystander. But my homie was just red. His eyes were red.
That's why whenever I get in a fight, I just ragdoll. I just immediately just act like I'm dead. Yeah.
Is he still your homie?
Like Toy Story.
Yeah.
Yeah. I still love him a lot.
Is he still facing consequences from this?
Yes, of course.
Like he's on probation or he's on...
He's a convict.
He's a felony.
Now. He's a convict now. And like it sucks because he was on such a high trajectory too. Like he was going viral before any of my homies were going viral. His music was making waves.
Yeah.
We were on tour.
Yeah.
We were on tour based off of his success.
Damn.
Damn.
You know what I mean? And my other friend's success too. So they partnered up and they had this awesome tour. They met me. They thought I was awesome. They took me on tour with them. That's a flex.
Yeah, that's what I was. Yeah,
and you know what I mean. And that just stopped. It stopped just like that.
He's doing good now. Jonathan Hollis is doing really good. He's doing good.
It's not Jonathan.
Shout out Jonathan.
Yeah, it's not Jonathan.
No, he's doing good, man.
I love Jonathan. No, Jonathan would never hurt a fly.
All right, so now what's the third story?
The third story is this story that I found very interesting.
Okay.
It was a couple
Imagine
years
just
ago.
like, this shit was boring as hell.
Yeah.
I'm like, I hope one of them is interesting, dog. Because all I heard of that story is a tour manager, tour dates, 21.
Yeah,
I'm like,
10 cities.
Yeah, you're projecting your insecurities onto me.
guy.
The third one, I have nothing to do with it. I'm not in the story.
Yeah.
But it's a story that I found fascinating. It was.
But I did hear about the story while I was on tour with Kevin Hart.
Yeah.
We're in the green room at the Comedy Store. And he's just like, did you hear about this story I'm about to tell you? It's fucking crazy.
Yeah. Louis C.K. was right next to me. He was like, yeah, I did hear about that.
He put his dick away to tell you a story.
Yeah, I had to get off his lap so he could like fully tell the story. But the story is a single woman in her 40s, a white woman that lived in the middle of nowhere, but like probably like Louisiana. She visited Guatemala, fell in love with the people, adopted a Guatemalan child, like a 7-year-old orphan.
Okay.
Angelina Jolie?
No.
Okay.
No. But brought him back to Louisiana. And when the boy turned like 14, 15, she was like, I'm going to get you a sibling. A like-minded sibling.
Yeah.
So she went back to Guatemala and she brought another little boy. She adopted another little boy. And she was, everything was going good, but the youngest sibling would lash out and would be abusive.
Fuck.
And hit the mom and hit the other sibling, do drugs, be a criminal, right?
How old was this fucking kid?
This kid was like when she adopted him, he was like 9 or 10, and he started lashing out. Like he had a rough childhood, and you know what I mean. And then one day, when the boy was like 15, the youngest, the little brother, he ran away, and it was just the mother and
The older brother.
the older brother. Then one day, when the older brother was around like 17 or 18, they find the mother with an axe through her head.
What?
Yeah.
Oh.
So everyone's like, the oldest sibling could never do it. Him and his mother loved each other. It's the youngest sibling. It's the youngest sibling. No one knows where he's at. He came back for revenge. He came back for revenge because he kept saying, my mother abuses me. That's why I'm leaving. That's why I hit her. That's why I fight back. But everyone's just like, no, like your mother rescued you. Your mother's giving you a good life. You're the one with the fucking shitty childhood. You're the one with the unhealed trauma. You're the one that comes from a dangerous background. So no one believed the kid, and he left. And the cops are searching for this kid. There's a nationwide manhunt searching for this kid. And when this happened, obviously the boy was distraught. The boy was just like, I loved my mother, like da 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 da. Turns out they end up finding the little brother, but he's been in juvenile hall for the past 2 years.
Whoa.
So he couldn't have done it.
What?
Yeah. So they start investigating the older brother, and then they start finding so much evidence of abuse. Like this white mother would physically assault them, would beat their ass, would call them racial slurs.
Oh, that's
would call them wetbacks. Would say like, without me, you'd be at the fucking border. You'd be at the fucking border with everyone else. She lived in Louisiana, whatever. There was one day she took a fucking 2-day trip, a driving trip, road trip, to go to the Mexican border and show him that's where you'd be. You motherfucker.
Damn.
Without me.
It's the wrong place.
They're talking to the neighbors. Exactly. Yeah, exactly. The kid's just like, what the fuck? This is Mexico. I'm not Mexican, you fucking idiot. Right?
I have a feeling the story ends with like, and I'm that little kid because he's Guatemalan.
No. Yeah. And then they start interviewing like the neighbors, and then like the neighbors were like, oh yeah, he had to stay with us for a couple of weeks because they had such a big problem. And like they had recorded conversations with when the mom would come over to get the kid, and then the neighbors are like, we're not letting you go with him. Like he's scared of you. He doesn't want to go with you.
Yeah.
And in the recordings, she sounds fucking manic. She's like, "You motherfucker, I've given you everything, you fucking spick motherfucker." Like,
Jesus
like
Christ.
crazy
Melvin,
fucking
you
shit.
can't say that word.
Yeah, well, I can because I'm Latino. But
Calling
like,
him a Guido and shit.
yeah, like really terrible things.
Italian slur.
Turns out
Wop.
it was the older brother that fucking killed them up.
Damn. And how did they find out? Just because all that story?
Yeah, because of that, they two and two together, and then they got his homies because his homies
Ratted him out.
him out.
No.
Because his homies were like they kind of put two and two together, like the way he was acting and all that shit.
Motherfuckers keep putting two and two together. That's
Yeah.
fucking
Yeah,
mad.
Yeah. And then they put wires on their homies, and they got him to confess. And
They were white
They
homies.
caught him.
They were fucking
They were
white
white
So
homies.
he's got, no,
No?
No, they were Latino
They were
homies.
Guatemala. They're in Louisiana.
Yo, that reminds me of a story that I heard of recently, dude.
Yes.
I forget the woman's name. I want to say that it was Karen Perez. I forget, but there was a story in, I believe, Arizona, if I'm not mistaken, where she was in a relationship with somebody at the age of 15, and this fool was saying to her, you know how you are when you're like a kid and you're in a relationship or you hear people talk this way. Yeah. I wasn't in a relationship until I was like fucking 19 years old, but where the man will tell the girl, if you ever leave me, I will kill you. That's that kind of things, right? So he was saying a lot of that kind of rhetoric to her. And one day he demanded her to ditch class today. I don't want you to go to class today. Let's go get tacos.
How old is this guy?
They were both 15.
Okay.
Yeah.
To watch Andrew Tate.
Yeah. He was. This is before Andrew Tate too. Anyways, but he was like, I want to go ditch class today. We're gonna go get tacos. So they go to this taco place and they don't order tacos. They're there for 10 minutes and they dip out.
Yeah.
Right. They go to an abandoned building next door to the school.
It's never a good idea.
Never a good idea, yeah. And they go to the abandoned building with a homie, and so they're all doing drugs or whatever, drinking or something, right? At the abandoned building, and then the homie dips out, but they're still there together, right? I'm making the story a lot smaller because what happened? You know, I was cutting the bullshit.
Yeah.
Dude, this fool, basically strangled her, R-worded her, sexually assaulted her. And killed her by strangulation, and put her underneath a sink in one of the rooms of the abandoned building.
Wow.
Yeah. And so it took a while for them to realize all that happened, but one of the homies eventually snitched. The homie that was there and dipped out, he ended up snitching to the cops that I was with them at the abandoned building. Because they only searched like 7 rooms of this abandoned building out of 200
Wow,
before.
yeah.
But when he snitched and said like that was the last time I had actually seen her,
Yeah.
then they all searched all the rooms. They opened the cupboard and they see her underneath the sink, right? And they then got the guy's phone and they were going through his phone. He sent a message to a group chat of all his homies saying bros before hoes and had a picture of her lifeless body on the ground.
Holy shit.
Yeah. So I will no longer say that.
God.
Wow.
Jeez, what a downer.
Yeah.
Jesus.
This is crazy, right?
Dude, the world is fucking crazy, dude.
Yeah.
God damn, they really snitched? No, I'm just kidding. That's fucked up. That's
That is real fucked
that
up.
was so-
Up. That was a sad ass story, dude.
That's fucked up. That's really fucking great. I'm just like envisioning that shit. I'm like, bro, I'm gonna cry. That's fucking crazy.
Yeah, I can't imagine going through that, dude. Or even like I don't know if powerless is the right word, but like when somebody takes advantage of who they are, whether it's gender or like the influence you have over somebody.
Yeah.
What the fuck is wrong with the dudes? You know what I mean?
Dude, that's what I'm saying. Men are the cause of 98.9% of the world's problems.
Dudes, let me say this, dude. Dudes with no game are the cause of
Oh,
all
okay.
the
Andrew Tate
issues.
cells, dog?
They're the cause of every issue in the world.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Nobody has ever gotten ahead and then decided to commit a crime.
Yeah, I'll say,
Unless it's a cool
I'll
ass
say
crime.
fucking horniness is like the killer of good men, dude.
True, but horniness gets guys to the moon. So
I mean, horniness is good, but like when there's horniness and there's like a lack of like any sort of like
Yo, we're gonna be talking about this. People are gonna be like, "Wow, this is so
masculinity.
masculine,
Yeah.
toxic masculinity."
Look, what horniness? Everybody gets horny.
Everybody.
You know what I mean?
Everybody gets horny.
Everybody gets horny.
Yeah.
I'm not around for getting horny.
I'm
but
horny right now.
But what you do with it, you know what I mean? Some people just they fucking feel like they could take, and that's where the problem is.
That's-
You know
yes.
what I mean?
Yeah.
That's the shit. No,
Yeah.
Yeah, they want to take without giving. You have to give first.
Well, you just have to.
Yeah.
If you just don't take if somebody doesn't want to offer. You know what I mean?
Nah, toxic masculinity is terrible.
Yes,
Yeah.
100%. We hate toxic masculinity. We have people in our lives that are very toxic masculinity-esque, and it sucks. It's terrible.
Drop names, dog. Gerardo Alarcon.
Yeah.
Nah, I like. I don't know. There's just we are all humans, and a man doesn't have power over a woman and cannot assert his power over a woman. Yeah, in my opinion.
Yeah, that's why I think all women should have guns, dude.
Oh yeah. You said, did you say that on the Patreon or did you say that on the regular episode?
I forget.
Me too.
But I think every woman when they turn 15, 16 should get a fucking
get a glizzy.
Yeah,
I really got caught with it and caught without it.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Damn. That's fucking. And the guy, his friends went to jail too, right? His friend.
I don't know.
They would have to. Yeah.
Where was this at again?
No, I don't think his friend went to jail because he cooperated.
Yeah,
he was scared of the dude.
Oh yeah.
Sometimes you got to stand up. If he's like, I'm gonna put this girl in the sink, and I'm like, you know.
Check this out. That same story. The dude that killed the girl, right? He was in the truck with his dad on a search party because he was his girlfriend. He was the girlfriend.
Yeah.
And he told his dad, "We should just go home because she's dead." And the dad didn't go home. He went straight to the cops and was like, yo, he just said some crazy ass shit.
Yeah.
But then he was like with the cops in interrogation saying, I didn't say that. I don't know what my dad's talking about.
What the hell? Whoa. I think my parents would help me if I killed somebody that wasn't like if they were like that, I'd hope they'd probably be like, all right, you fucked up. But if I'm like, hey Pop, I killed this dude by accident, he'd be like, all right, well, let's handle it. You know what I mean? That's a good parent. Melvin, come on, that's a good parent.
I don't know if that's a good parent.
That's a good parent. If I was, let's say like, look, Pop, me and this guy got into argument, things got heated.
Yeah, that's different than hey Pop, I just killed my girlfriend.
That's what I'm saying. That's
because
that's some fucked up shit.
Cook me dinner or whatever.
That's but if your parent is not willing to help you hide a body because of some crazy shit that happened, that's not a good parent.
Yeah,
your parents would do that. I know they would.
No, I don't think they would.
No, they would.
No.
Melvin, I know your dad would.
No, man, I don't think they would.
Really?
No. I don't think I would want to put them in that position.
Same.
Melvin, If you hit me up at 1 a.m. and you're like, I accidentally killed this dude, I was drinking too much, I'd be like, where are you? You know?
Really?
I'd have to. What am I going to do?
Actually,
you already made me an accomplice by telling me either I have to rat you out, which I can't do, or I have to help you out.
Yeah.
Well,
you know
I actually
I mean?
appreciate that. Dude.
Yeah, you know what I mean? I'm like, we'll find a spot. I'm like, you work in construction, we'll get a few barrels.
Well, it's a weird hypothetical to put on somebody because I don't think I would ever kill somebody. Mm-hmm. And if I did, I would probably go through the proper channels to like solve whatever happened.
Yeah, that's the beauty.
But then you watch something like fucking Making a Murderer, and you're like, that kind of terrifies you, and you're going down the right route.
Wait, what happens in Making a Murderer?
Like you get framed, like the cops like just use you as a scapegoat. They're also receiving heat from the public and from their bosses and all that stuff.
I figure everyone's 2 bad days away from killing somebody. You really.
That's what the Joker says.
Everybody, and he might be right.
Joker says 1 bad day.
1 bad day, 24 hours, you could change a man. You know what I mean? Everyone's capable of everything.
I don't know. I don't know.
I know you are capable of killing motherfuckers. I know
How?
this fucking guy. I've seen you fucking flip out over like spilled water.
Spilled water. Oh, you spilled water.
Yeah, you're like, this fucking the cables. What the fuck? You know what I mean?
Did I flip out?
No. I'm just kidding. But you know.
That day now. You should have. He should have flipped out. You were like a fucking baby. You're just like
you literally got up and you were like your face was like this.
Bro, it was tilted downwards for like 4 seconds. You're just like,
You have? Yeah. I mean, I did. But you don't think you'd be able to kill somebody if you had to kill someone?
Okay, what is the world like? What's happening in this world where I kill someone?
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, all right. I guess what he's probably asking you, like, if we were invaded by Russia.
Yeah.
No. We're just invaded by like Boyle Heights.
Yeah.
Like across the 6th Street?
Yeah. Oh, you went to the 6th Street Bridge today, right?
No, I didn't. No, I was here all day.
Have you gone yet?
No.
No, there's just some action. Somebody might get killed over there.
You went.
I did. Yeah, I walked my dog. Shit was crazy, dude.
Yeah.
Did you see
there's so many fools going like, yo, that's fucking anime dog.
They're like, hey, that's like a little fox, fool. And I'm like, he is like a little fox.
That's correct. He is kind of like a little fox.
And he's like, what breed is that? And he's like, that's right. I'm like, you didn't even know what fucking breed it was. That's what I told you. Yeah. And I think everybody has it in them.
Hey, what breed is that? A macadamian, homie?
That's a macadamia dog, huh?
But yeah, look, everybody has it. I think you.
I don't listen. If there was a need to kill, I don't think I could even do it then.
Really?
I'm not a killer. I'm not a natural born killer.
No. I don't think people are like everybody has it in.
Also, if I were to have to kill somebody because they were like invading a home or something, I would have the warrior stare for like a week because that's such a different experience for me.
Really?
Yeah.
No, and I think you'd be able to be like, you know, that shit. I had to do what I had to do.
I think
you got that in you. Look, true. Everybody I think everybody has that. If everyone's pushed to that point, they will reach that point. Everybody has that point. And then hopefully they never reach it. But I think everybody has a point. Look, speaking of the next true crime. This true crime, I feel like people do not talk about that as much as they should.
Yeah.
But Chris Dorner.
Oh, yes.
LA villain or LA hero? I would say the legend of Chris Dorner is a wild story, Melvin.
Well, before I want to hear you tell the story first.
Yeah.
Well,
and your thoughts on it.
Chris Dorner, I was watching a true crime documentary on this motherfucker to get some more info, and this is the most biased documentary I have ever seen.
Yeah.
What network?
This was just on YouTube, and they're basically this is how I knew this shit was biased, right? They're talking about Chris Dorner, and they said that he was one of the few black kids living in his neighborhood, and that he would get bullied every single day. And they said that Chris Dorner went to the LAPD, and then he said that he went to the LAPD or he went to the Army or something like that, and they said he wasn't liking it over there, and then the person narrating said Chris Dorner's victim mentality proceeded from his childhood. I'm like, motherfucker, he was getting attacked for with racism. Racial. I'm like, wait a second, so this is completely biased because he was getting abused for his race, and then they're calling him having a victim mentality. You know what I mean? That's strike number one. So Chris Dorner goes to the LAPD, and he I think he gets fired. Something he says they're using excessive force, and I believe they fire him for that.
Well, just so you guys know, the reason why this is we know this story really well. Obviously, it's a very infamous story, but it was in L.A.
Not only L.A., it spanned from L.A. to the IE and then Big Bear.
Yes, we were growing up when this was happening, so it was the only thing It was basically in our backyard.
I guess I should start.
So that's why we're pretty adamant about the story because it was traumatic for everyone involved.
Yeah. I guess I should give you all the ending and then run it back from the beginning. So basically, Chris Dorner was a fucking cop killer, right?
Yeah.
He was hunting down cops. Ex-cop who was hunting down current cops. Yes. And people LA was shut down. He was the whole state. He
was killing cops' wives as well.
Yeah, he killed. He killed a cop's daughter. He killed a cop's daughter. He was hunting them down.
It was crazy.
He was hunting them down, and then the LAPD was freaking out, and then people were still walking the street. There was an interview where they're like, "Aren't you scared to walk the street?" They asked this random black guy, and he's like, "Nah, he ain't trying to kill me."
Oh yeah. Well, it says the reason why so many people backed him up was because even in his manifesto. He mentioned Dave Chappelle.
Mm-hmm.
What?
And Dave Chappelle talks about it in one of his sets.
Mm-hmm.
He was like, yeah, I was gonna come down for BET weekend, when I was coming back out of my hiatus, and my homies were like, yo, are you sure you want to? And he's like, yeah, why? They're like, because Chris Dorner mentioned you in his manifesto. Mm-hmm. Pretty frequently.
What?
And Dave Chappelle, that was one of his taglines. So he was like, well, he ain't trying to kill me, motherfucker. I ain't a cop. You know what I mean? I'm good.
Yeah.
I'm good.
So he killed a few cops, and then he went in hiding, and everyone was searching for Chris Dorner, but the cops are using some crazy-ass excessive force to catch him. One thing, they thought that a pickup truck was his truck. And so they went, and instead of pulling over the truck, you know what they did? They fucking just unloaded, I think, 108 bullets. The truck had 108 bullets in it, and it was two old ladies. One was 45, one was 71.
Yeah, that's when
shit. Did they die?
They didn't die. They didn't. And but that's great. You're supposed to pull somebody. You're supposed to read them right.
No, the way I'll let you finish, but the way it all ended, that also shows their excessive force when it came to they didn't want to catch this guy. They wanted to fucking kill this guy.
They fucking wanted to kill the fuck out of Chris Dorner, dude. They burned down his cabin.
Yeah, so they ended up cornering him in a cabin in the middle of nowhere in Big Bear. Mm-hmm. And they just blew up the cabin. They weren't negotiating. They sent a robot in and just blew the fuck out of Chris Dorner.
They did.
And so he was a fan of Dave Chappelle.
He was a fan. So the manifesto. Let's talk about the manifesto. The manifesto mentions Dave Chappelle. He mentions how much he appreciates Charlie Sheen, talking about Tyra. But my favorite thing, though, is how much he loves Ellen DeGeneres, because he's like, you really helped me with my homophobia, and I just thought you guys are just like
us. What the fuck?
He was just talking about others. He's like, Hillary Clinton is going to be a great president.
So he was a liberal.
He's like, I also agree with the word Latinx.
Yeah.
He was like,
He said Lizzo's beautiful.
If I had hair, I would dye blue.
Yeah, he looked like the dad from That's So Raven.
That's the scary part, because there was no like quote unquote scary pictures of him. It was just him smiling, and he like this big smile from like this bald black dude. He had like dimples and stuff like that. Like that was just. There's no video of him either. That's why it was just so crazy. Like cop killing and killing the family of cops. Like it was some Punisher shit.
He was on a mission, dude, and because there was something that he had to have known that they knew that he knew.
That's what I'm saying. Like it was just so enthralling.
Well, that may be true, but he's also killing. He's like killing friends of these people that are searching for him.
True. But fucking, they captured Dylan Roof and he's in jail right now. And how many back?
What did Dylan Roof do?
Fucking the shot at the black church, right?
Yeah, Dylan Roof.
I'm saying all these white people, these white kids.
He's saying a mass shoot, like these white mass shooters. They're alive.
But the people that can legally shoot Chris Dorner. Are the ones getting killed.
True, yeah.
So there's like some sort of emotional build there.
True,
also.
100%.
But they also have to follow the rules that they set, right?
So do you think that Chris Dorner wasn't crazy?
I think
he really believed something that he believed.
I mean, I think that what we've seen about the LAPD, we know that they do use excessive. I think if that should happen now, people would be like, huh. You know, and then
well, I think what sent him down this hole was
he should have killed people.
He snitched. Yeah. He
was trying to snitch. I don't want to say snitch.
Yeah, I don't want to say snitch.
He was trying to report the excessive use of violence, and they fired his ass.
They fired him. Yeah. So he was trying to do the right thing, and they fired him, and that's what sent him down this unfortunate, very dark hole.
Saga.
Sometimes the system fails you, and you have to use excessive means.
Yeah, you know, there's a community online that's very pro Chris Dorner. I've seen it. Yeah, it's on Twitter, Reddit, obviously Reddit and stuff like that.
Sometimes I say I'm going Dorner mode.
Oh my god, dude.
Well, cause look, Chris Dorner, like he shouldn't. He shouldn't have killed that person.
I'm uncomfortable.
He should not have killed that person's daughter. But the LAPD is known to use excessive force, and there's a lot of stuff that's missing in the story. Here's the craziest thing. This is one of the fucking biggest manhunts in the California's had, right?
Yes.
There has not been a fucking Netflix documentary. There hasn't been a fucking Hulu documentary about this shit. But I've seen 3 documentaries about that fucking girl that has gone missing in that hotel. She just did some drugs and she wound up in the fucking water.
That's also, I want to talk about that too, because that was like, that has a lot to do with me.
That's a done fucking deal. She took drugs, she like was tweaking, and she went in the thing. But Chris Dorner, there is so much shit that is missing.
But there ain't no video of Chris Dorner pushing a bunch of elevator buttons, dog.
Dude, have you ever been on a sick one?
I have, yeah, for
You've
sure.
been on a sick one. I'll push anything, bro. I'm just saying, like, this shit, like, I'm like, okay, like, we're putting our own thing onto that one. We're like, oh, maybe she's doing this. Chris, there's some shit that they are not telling us about Chris Dorner, and that we need to get to the bottom
100%.
of. They're hiding. Somebody needs to get to the bottom, and you know what it is? It's Isimo Pod. We are getting, if I don't make it next week, it's because the LAPD took me out. You know what I mean? Yeah. There's so much information that is just like it's just so biased.
100%. There's a lot of information that they don't.
And then after like the BLM shit that has happened recently, you're like the cops are hiding.
Oh, well, that's why he started getting this cult following was due to the BLM movement that exploded 2 years ago. Remember the beginning of the pandemic, like. Yeah, no, it's definitely
I saw that at the rally. They had a picture of Chris Dorner. They're like, "How long shall they kill our prophets?"
The prophet Chris Dorner.
Oh, I didn't see that, dog.
I'm just kidding.
That was a different rally.
So go ahead. What was her name from Cecil Hotel?
Well, yeah, the hotel's called Cecil Hotel. Her name was.
I'll look it up right now.
Yeah.
People love talking about this.
Yeah. So basically, we were. I remember Daniel and I were in high school. I was about to graduate high school. But the crazy thing is that my old studio, down the street from the Cecil Hotel. So I used to have to drive past it all the time. I used to like walk past it when I was growing up.
There you go.
Right, there it is. Sorry about that.
Go for it.
So the crazy thing, so the story starts, there is a young woman from Canada, a young Asian woman that posts blogs on her Tumblr almost on a daily basis.
Elisa Lam.
Yes, Elisa Lam. She posts blogs almost on a daily. She's trying to be a nurse. But she wants to just travel. She wants to travel, so she's visiting all these awesome places, and one of the places is Los Angeles. So she visits Los Angeles. She stays at a very sketchy hotel in downtown Los Angeles. Anyone who knows downtown Los Angeles knows that the only hotels you should probably stay at are the new ones that just popped up that look like something out of a movie.
The
skyscrapers, the skyscrapers, the Intercontinental, the Ritz-Carlton and stuff like that.
Yeah.
All the other hotels that look like they were built in 1920, don't stay at those.
Remind me to say something about hotels because it's wild.
And so she stays at this hotel, and she never goes home. She goes missing. Everyone's trying to find her. keep in mind, this hotel is right by Skid Row.
Yeah.
And it has a long history of murder, crime, rape, sexual assault, drug use, just all crimes all the time. Because it was a low income housing as well as a hotel. So people could pay $30-$40 a night to stay here, or like $150 a week, and they would stay here, and then they section off the part of the building to be a hotel, which is ludicrous. But capitalist society, right? And she stays here, and she's like visiting all these places that I always go to. She visited the last library.
What's that?
Oh, the last bookstore.
The last bookstore.
Oh. Yeah, a book is like a thing that people like.
Yeah, it's like this really popular bookstore in Los Angeles that's like, it's like an Instagram picture extravaganza. That's where you go. You know what I mean? It's really cool. It's really nice. Highly recommend. But she's doing all these stuff, right? But then she starts interacting with unsavory characters. She starts, she's a young woman in her early 20s. She goes missing. They go up and down the building. They can't find her body. Week passes, 2 weeks passes by, 3 weeks pass by. And then the guests at the hotel start saying, hey, the water from the shower, it's coming out black.
Yeah.
And it kind of smells a little weird. I can't brush my teeth because the water's coming out dark. So the hotel goes and checks up the water tank at the top, and boom, they find her body there.
Yep.
And then a couple weeks later, they release the footage of her final night, and she's sporadic. She's running around. She's going inside the elevator. She's coming out. She's hitting the buttons, and she's hiding. She's hiding from something or someone.
Or dropping acid.
Or dropping
acid. So I highly recommend the Netflix documentary.
Yeah.
It's like spooky. It's creepy. I didn't want to go to my old studio for a while after I watched that because it was just like...
It was right next to it, right?
It was right next to it.
Yeah.
It was down the street. It was down the street. And then in order for me to go home, I had to drive past it. So it was just so crazy. And I could see the water tank too.
Motherfucker, you can't fit in a water tank. If they could put you in a water tank, you deserve to be there.
Yeah. But the thing is, and then obviously cops come out with the story. She had bipolar disorder. She decided not to take her meds and da 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 da. But then there's another story of like she was hanging out with some weird guys that no one knows who they are. And then there's another story that the hotel tried to cover it up, because they didn't want the bad publicity. And then it's just it's a terrible, terrible story. A young woman's life was lost. But it's she's also getting a cult following because she used to blog on her Tumblr.
Yeah.
So people just flew to her Tumblr, and there's millions of people that love her.
Yeah.
For who she was. And then, unfortunately, she had a terrible ending. Yeah.
Damn, but fucking, what does Chris Dorner have to do with that?
No, what were you going to say about hotels?
Oh,
Yeah.
the craziest true crime of all time, probably. I can't remember when it happened.
Don't fuck with cats?
No, I think it's like
I've never heard that.
It's like the World's Fair or something in like 1900s. You know what I'm talking about?
No, what
This
happened?
guy would like own a hotel, I think in Chicago, right? And people would check into the hotel.
I might have heard about this.
And he would kill them, but he wouldn't just kill them. He had like trap doors, like trick doors in the hotel. Like he would take his time, and like they would be trapped in there. Like he would have secret walls, secret hallways. So he would like have a good time killing people who were checking in for the World's Fair in Chicago. And this is like 1900s, so it's like extra like fucking like I don't even know how to say.
Spooky,
It's extra spooky. Motherfucker kill you with the top hat.
You don't have a flashlight on your phone?
Yeah. Yeah, he's like, today, sir.
Yeah.
Would you rather be killed by a human or a bear?
Human, because I
Wait,
want.
how does a human kill me?
However the human wants.
What?
You know how the bear kills you.
It's true.
Yeah.
I think I could.
Asshole first.
What race is the person that kills me?
I think I could fight
A bear. I'm just kidding.
I think I could fight a bear.
He's Melvin size and color.
Really?
Yes.
Okay. I guess that. Do I put up a fight?
Yeah, you'll try.
Do I put up a fight though? Like, do I get one good lick?
It's Gerardo's question.
No, you end up dying. You have to die.
No, I die, but like some people to go out like, oh, he went out like a G.
Like did I paralyze the human before I went out?
Well, let's say, would you rather be thrown in a water tank or attacked by a bear?
Attacked by a bear.
Yeah, you don't want to drown. Dude, I am terrified of drowning.
And it's dark too.
Well, I think she probably was dead before like.
Oh, that's my theory about it, and that's what a lot of people's theory is that
She was killed?
she was done. they did her in one of the rooms, and then when no one was looking, they put her body in the tank.
That's when no one's looking. It's like the camera is supposed to always be looking. That's the thing.
Yeah.
Well, that's what I'm saying. That's why a lot of people are accusing the hotel of covering it up because it's like, fool, how do you not have cameras in the hotel?
Yeah.
But it's also not a hotel. It's only the hotel for the first 5 floors.
Yeah.
And the rest was low income housing.
Yeah.
That shit never scared me though, because I was just like, she's probably on drugs, you know. She's
It never scared me until I saw the
footage of her just going like.
Yeah, that and the Netflix documentary, by far, it's like the scariest documentary that doesn't have to do with anything supernatural that I've seen.
Netflix makes annoying ass that shit could be told in one episode, but they got to make it 6.
I'm watching the fucking most hated man on the internet right now, and it's like, I don't want to see you typing on a screen, dog. That's what half the episode is.
Yeah, like the Richard Ramirez one, they're talking about this guy that caught him named Gilbert or something like
Yeah,
that.
Gilbert.
They have a whole episode about Gilbert. Motherfucker, Gilbert is a good guy, probably.
Yeah.
He's not interesting though. No one is giving a fuck about Gilbert.
I fuck with Gilbert though.
But I want to talk about Richard Ramirez because that's what I'm tuning in for.
Yeah.
And the fact, here's the bottom line.
You mentioned Richard Ramirez. He would stay at this hotel quite frequently.
Cecil,
because it's how cheap it is and how no one gives a fuck what you do.
Yeah.
This is like the Silicon Valley of crazy people. Fucking, you know what I mean? This is it's a meeting of the mind.
Yeah.
You know, Chris Dorner actually checked in over there too. But they're like, sir, you're too sane. What you're saying is making too much sense. You gotta get out of here.
It's fucking crazy.
I'm just like the fact that it's been 10 years and there still hasn't been like a credible Chris Dorner documentary. You know what I mean? It's kind of like brushed aside. There's some like that's how you know something is fishy. There hasn't been a documentary about the Vegas thing. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, that was fucking scary.
Because there's some spook. And look, I'm not a big conspiracy theorist, but if you told me 10 years ago that there was a pedophile island, I would be like, that sounds ludicrous. And now I'm just like, that's fucking crazy.
Yeah.
That's that Melvin was on the island.
When I was like 10 years old, yeah.
Yeah, that's terrifying, dude. The Stephen Paddock thing, Mandalay Bay with the Las Vegas shooting.
Yeah.
Fuck that. And then it's like Mandalay Bay is worried about their image. It's like, 40 people fucking died, dude.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That shit's crazy.
It was scary to go to a concert for a long time, dude.
Oh, for sure. And I remember he wanted to attack Life is Beautiful music festival that I used to go to every year.
Oh shit.
And then he ended up changing his mind.
He liked the lineup too much.
Yeah, he was just like, yo, I fuck with the Black Eyed Peas. No, but that was scary because I remember laying in bed and then I got the notification, 12 people dead in Las Vegas shooting.
Yeah.
But every 10 minutes it was like 22 people dead.
Yeah.
42 people. And it was like
going up and up.
It was just like, oh my God. Like that's it. Like and then this was like people were like going on live.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like that's like, you know what that made me think about? I know this episode's kind of a bummer, but you know what this made me think about? Imagine if we had Instagram Live and TikTok Live and Facebook Live, like live during 9/11.
That would
it would be insane. People would be on like the top floor and they'd
Fuck
I don't even want to think about that. That's crazy.
I have a friend who doesn't do stand-up anymore, but he had a joke like that, and he's like, "We're so we narrowly missed that. Like, imagine somebody like sending a video to their wife, but with a dog filter."
Oh my God,
Yeah.
that's terrifying.
Yeah, it would be that or like on the plane, bitch.
I mean, but you wouldn't have service.
I'm happy we don't have it.
Well, no, there's some planes that have service. These were huge.
In 2001.
No, but I'm saying like if we had live,
you think motherfuckers would take that shit seriously though? They'd be making memes immediately.
That's
of
fucked
the
up.
fucking planes. You know they would.
Yeah, that's fucked up.
They would be fucking making that shit. Like,
I mean, realistically, yes.
remember they put the Jordan face. Remember they put the Jordan face on.
They put the Jordan face on everything.
Because that's how Twitter is. It's
you saw that tweet where it's just like if a comet, an asteroid was about to end the world, they would put the Jordan face on planet Earth. Like,
that's
Jesus Christ.
This is a bummer.
No, it is, but it's true crime, bro.
It's true crime,
it's
dude.
True crime.
We'll come back with a funny episode.
We try to like stick with the stories that involve Latinos.
Yeah. So that's why I was saying, shout out Jackie Flores. There's so many stories that I watched, so many stories that I was interested in, but the one that I brought up today was, I think, the most telling for like Latino relationships and how they can go completely wrong.
Yeah.
And how toxic masculinity has a lot to do with that.
Yeah.
Like real toxicity.
Yeah, like there's men that beat their wives, beat their children. There's other men that touch little kids in the family and the family just brushes it off.
Yeah.
Like if that's just Uncle Jerry. No, it's not.
That's
like
not
that.
me. It's not
like
me.
that's you have to put an end to that, whether it costs you your life as well, dude.
Yeah.
If I had an uncle that I found out did some shit like that,
You'd kill him, right?
at the very least, they're not coming over for Thanksgiving. Because I see a lot of motherfuckers going to Thanksgiving knowing what they did, and people just act like it's nothing.
Yeah, it's crazy how that, and then also like claiming that people are toxic is like, it's kind of, it's crazy to me because of how many things are associated with that.
Yeah.
And in the last 3 weeks, I've been called toxic and fucking, not problematic. What's the other word? Toxic,
whack.
Toxic, whack.
Yeah, and I'm sure Daniel and I, people have been saying shit behind our back. No one said anything to my face or to me online, but I'm sure people have, called us that.
But like to want to like change things and throw it in willy nilly, I don't think it really does much. But like true crime, as far as that goes, when Mexicans will fucking love a woman, that could be the most beautiful thing or the most dangerous thing, dude. And I say Mexican meaning like Latino.
No, for sure Mexicans though, dude.
Yeah, Mexicans for sure.
Yeah, it's like no in between.
Yeah.
It's either the best love you've ever had or
I'm gonna die.
Or you're gonna die.
Yeah.
It's because the Mexicans, they look at Joker and Harley Quinn and they call that shit goals way
For
too
reals.
much. And then I'm like, you guys need to take a
Yeah,
step
dude.
back.
They're like, be my Bonnie to my Clyde.
And I'm like, you seen the ending of the movie?
It's like they got fucking mercs. They got the Chris Dorner special.
They got
dude.
dirt. They fucking Dorner wishes, man. They fucking burned his ass.
They blew him up. Yeah.
We gotta we gotta fix these toxic relationships. Have you guys been in a toxic relationship?
Yes, I have.
Yes.
Have they almost killed you?
Not physically, but I remember being like, "What's the point of anything?"
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because it was that girl you always keep fucking mentioning to me, dude. It's just like it's fucking Daniel he be gaslighting me into thinking that I made mistakes in my past.
You have made some huge mistakes.
Oh, shut the fuck up! No, I haven't.
You know what I mean? That's a crime right there. You fucked up. You belong in jail. I'm gonna lock your ass up.
What's it called? I was in a toxic relationship when I first got sober, and when I got out of that relationship, it was like the worst I've ever felt after a relationship. But also, it was the first time I was sober out of a relationship. Because when you break up with a chick, what do? You get fucking hammered with the boys. You smoke some
rebound,
weed.
yeah.
Rebound.
I wish I had friends like that, dude. My friends just wanted to talk about emotions and shit.
You didn't hit me up, you motherfucking cocksucker.
Because you're a hard guy. You hit me up like 3 days later. I'm like, bro, I'm already in the hotel crying.
Bro, I already attempted it already.
I'm in the hospital.
But I was like 28 years old dealing with these brand new emotions that I was feeling.
Wait, what?
By myself.
You're how old?
28 at the time.
This story has made it sound like you were like fucking like 10 years ago or something.
Yeah.
No, I'm telling you,
I thought
like
you were like 22.
Yeah.
No.
I'm like, how old is Gerardo, bro?
No one knows.
I'm gonna turn 32 this year.
Fuck, really?
Yeah.
Damn.
Wait, when? Tell the people when your birthday is.
October 21st.
Oh shit, that's right. It was bing.
Yeah.
nuts.
All of our birthdays are like right next to each other.
Yeah, we're all Scorpio.
You're November 9th?
10th.
November 10th. I'm not a Scorpio, dog.
You're a
I'm a Libra.
You got that? Show the tat. Show the
Right
tat.
here, I got this Scorpion
Yeah, but
tat.
you're Scorpio. But I mean, you technically are Scorpio with your name. Alarcon.
Alarcon way.
Alarcon.
I'm a cusper. I think Scorpio's October 23rd.
What the hell's a cusper?
Yeah,
I'm on the
23rd.
I'm on the cusp.
That's the food
homie.
that shot the Indians, right?
General Custard.
Oh, that's okay. No, wrong guy.
A cusper. The cusper.
He was on the cusp of winning.
That's what you put on hot dogs, right? Cusper.
The Indian and the custard.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
What was I saying? Oh yeah,
your
but
toxic
so like
relationship.
I was in a toxic ass relationship at the time, and getting out of that, I was like realizing like I was like a kid. It felt like a kid like that finally got his heart broken, and then now I'm like a teenager in a relationship now that hopefully I grow into an adult in this relationship. You know what I mean?
Yeah, 100%.
Crazy.
I think when I left the... Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Everybody needs to get their heart broken one time to make sure that they know that they won't kill the person. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean,
Because
I don't know how that makes sense, but yeah.
No, I'm saying because like these guys, they get their heart broken once and they fucking kill the girl. It's like, bro, move on. Like, watch Hitch.
Yeah, no, dude, I got friends who are like, I remember my one of my good friends got cheated on, and my other friend was just like, bro, this is why men fucking kill women all the time.
That's so crazy.
And I was just like,
what the fuck?
what?
Yeah.
I love my friend just as much as you do.
Yeah.
I'd be heartbroken to find out that he killed this girl, regardless of what she did. And I never looked at him the same. I think it's like a big reason why I stopped hanging out with him. Like, because I'm just like,
Can you tell me off mic who it was?
yeah.
It's so like tunnel vision, dude. It's like
Yeah.
all they see is like the trees instead of the
Well,
forest.
I remember
or
I told you the story the other day where it's just like that viral video of a woman catching her boyfriend having dinner with another girl, and she starts spazzing out like a cartoon. She's like, whoa, she's jumping and she's throwing food everywhere, and she's like, it's embarrassing. It's one of the most embarrassing things I've ever seen. But then there was a comment that I was just like, guys, like this woman like literally cannot take her reality.
Yeah.
She's having a mental breakdown. Like her reality is so heartbreaking at that specific moment that she cannot take it. So the only thing she can do is spaz out and wild out like that. And I'm like, dog, it's real. Because you say it's tunnel vision, but yeah, that's exactly how people feel. Where it's just like, this is my world. This is my everything.
Yeah.
And it's just like, it's just gone like that.
Yeah.
It's heartbreak. It's physical pain. It's anger, sadness, depression. Yeah. That's why. Yeah, that's why they even made a law. The law, a crime out of passion or whatever. What's it called?
Yeah, crime out of. I don't know what the law is, but I've heard this before.
Oh, really?
Yeah, where it's like premeditated murder, and then there's crimes
of passion.
Crimes of passion.
Crazy though.
You still get equal amount of trouble, but like there's.
Yeah.
Do you get an equal amount of trouble, or do you?
I don't know.
Maybe the judge is like, been there.
Yeah. No, like it's literally in the law books, like crimes of passion. Like that's you know what I mean.
Well,
Yeah.
because you know who fucking Latinas, dude. They'll be chopping dicks off and shit.
No, white women be chopping dicks
Well,
off.
I feel like Latinas always threading that though.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You gotta walk a dangerous line.
I'm gonna chop your penis off.
See, they look up to them too much.
Yeah,
They're not your role models. He's literally a clown.
Yeah.
He beats her ass like every day.
Yeah, he's toxic to fucking Harley Quinn.
The
Yeah.
Joker is Mexican, bro. He stays beating her. She loves him. She like cooks really good.
Yeah.
But I just want to say because I've had a lot of younger people message me on Instagram over the last couple of weeks, and I think it's important to obviously feel what you're feeling emotionally. If you never experienced this heartbreak before, or whatever causes somebody to go to the fucking extreme of going to an abandoned building and deciding something that changes another person's life, don't ever lose sight of reality. Don't lose sight of self-awareness that you are now becoming something that you probably never wanted to become. You know. And I think that'll help people out, if anything, if they're this far, you know?
This is the deepest episode of Isimo, dude.
Yeah, no,
That shit's
it's
crazy.
tough. It's tough.
That's fucking.
But with that said, dick jokes, just kidding.
Yeah, no, it's yeah, and it's we also live in a city that's like so massive.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're just bound to.
We live in a city full of ego.
Yeah.
And that shit's scary, dude. Take some DMT. Take some LSD. Don't take LSD.
Don't take that. Don't go to the CSO hotel and take that.
Yeah,
shit,
don't
bro.
go to the-
Yeah,
Yeah.
stay away from downtown LA. I'm not gonna lie.
Lately, stay out of LA. Is hot right now.
Yeah, LA is hot.
LA is hot. LA.
Yeah.
What did the police commissioner say a couple of months ago?
Oh, it's like the purge.
It's like the purge out here. Bro. Our police commissioner went on the mic and was like, "Yo, it's like the purge out here, bro. This shit crazy. Stay in your red states and your blue states. LA's crazy right now."
He's like, get that thing. You got to keep that thing on you.
He's like, hey, we ain't gonna help you, dog.
Yeah.
There's gonna be a loud alarm at night. That's how you know it started.
Yeah, dude, it's wild out here tonight. Yeah.
But anyways, that's been Isimo. Hey.
There you go.
All right, well, we'll see you guys next week. And until then, have a good day.
Later.
Bye.
Bye.